Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the top right side as the Red Soviets with Arbiter900. Spawn as is Magenta Brits, we have SikhWarrior. And spawning as the Orange US player, we have Frodosynthesis. Spawn on the south side as the Cyan OKW player, we have WilllTHENOOBz. Spawning as the Yellow Wehrmacht player, we have Nep Wilson Nep. And as the blue OKW player, we have Zbir. We may see an MG42 going down south. Have a good look, have fun. Breakthrough doctrine immediately locked on in, so is airborne. And breakthrough. So two breakthroughs. One airborne, one Royal Engineer. So we're going to see perhaps a lot of Yag Tigers. Issue Pioneers pushing on forward, eyed for this point here at first, but decides to fall back, and there's also now some intersections coming to support up here as well. He may throw a Vickers up north to help to keep that area secure, since he's gone for the penals. And some way there may be an MG42 being poured down south to support out Cyan. Grenadiers are trying for a general assault in the middle with the Pioneers as well, trying to get these resource sectors. He will need support up his teammate because he is getting double teamed at the moment. Blue needs to get inside this garrison, but also needs to be in this garrison here because he's going to get double teamed. He needs to be very defensive. Can't be aggressive when being double teamed. MG42 set up right there. And we'll find the intersection right there, suppressing down. It does force him back there now. So the OKW player still has a Shum Pioneer retreating on back, so he's still a little bit down. We got Riflemen and Pathfinders right there, and with them behind heavy cover, that should be a good position to fight from. The Riflemen have received a bit more fire there. They do fall back a little bit to maintain the capture, as the Kupwaken does receive quite a bit of fire. Universal Carrier is making his advance. We may see. Yep, those forces back there with M3 and the Universal Carrier. The critical player still needs a bit of a hand. We do have the MG42 pushing forward the light cover. The Austria player can't be too aggressive either as well. His teammate has had to retreat. And his pants position inside this garrison won't be half bad. Flamer Engineers, not anytime soon. And the recovery engineers do get suppressed. Combat engineers won't get ripped apart by that garrison, and these guys need to fall back. We've got the Vickers K upgrade. The Grenadiers will draw some fire, but he needs to fall back sooner rather than later. They're prone to being wiped right now. M442 is reloading, and in a little bit of light cover right there, but the gunner itself is going to be a bit of a death loop situation. He will retreat on back, but we'll lose quite a bit. Now we've got the White Sky car advancing, trying to pursue that MG42. That could also potentially wipe it out. These good hits there as well. The 50 cal is now firing as Volksgrenadiers come to engage that White Scout car. Good hits there by the Volksgrenadiers. And the MG42 does not go down, but barely. We may see the suppressed fire ability right there. Universal Carrier received quite a bit of fire. It does get efficiency 1. Increase the sight radius. Huh. It actually says by 20%, and most times it doesn't say percentages unless you have that certain mod to download to show you percentages. Ooh, and taking out an SWS half track like that? Nice little pick there. And now the Kupwaken will be cleaned up as well. The Kupwaken actually gets abandoned. That can be reclaimed. Penal squads do not focus it down. You should attack it and then retreat back, queued it up. And there goes the M3. He can reclaim this Kupwaken, or he can salvage it for an increased rate, because if you salvage an abandoned weapon as opposed to a destroyed weapon or abandoned vehicle over a destroyed vehicle, you get a larger resource withdrawal. So he could actually get a higher amount of income from it.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Was it like 13? Let's select the Shum Pioneers. control fuel for abandoned vehicle. That would potentially get him the fuel back from the SW's half-track, plus the carcass of the SW has half-track itself would give him that refund. And Rifleman Squad does fall back. Is it going to salvage or is it going to repair? Come on, salvage it. It's free fuel. As opposed to get forced to fall back. We got some rear echelon here. The rear echelon could advance forward. They're better at close range than long range. The Pathfinders do better at long range than close range. So they actually have reduced accuracy, at least with the scope rifles. And he has salvaged that wreckage there. Hasn't done anything yet with the abandoned Kobold. Oh crap. Got Vickers engaging the 2-2 here. Panzercruisers do get inside the garrison, but only needs one squad in there, not both squads. And he's going to repair the Kubelwagen. Shame.
New anti-tank gun has arrived.
A lot of units here, including a handful of Brens as well. 1, 2, 3 Brens with a Bren carrier itself. He does throw in the prioritized fire there, try to throw some rounds there onto the Universal's carrier, but there's just too much fire here from 2-2 to stake around. Panzercruisers need to fall back as well. And down south, we do have an AA half-track engaging glorious melee against the Sturm officer. As repaired the Kubelwagen, now you can see Sturm Pioneer models in the back of it. And no stick grenades? No, he doesn't have the resource yet. He needs HQ deployed up, which he had been able to because he had to rebuild it and hasn't deployed this one out yet. He actually has quite a bit of resource stockpile as well, so losing this HW half-track has really ruined his build order. Grenadiers do fall back. This garrison's almost destroyed. Does get inside there with the Sturm Pioneers. But we'll only have, what, 2 windows on this side? Yes, but not the 2 I was expecting. I was thinking that one and that one, not that one and that one. Garrison does go down now as well. And now Orange pushes the way forward, capturing off this strategic port. 2-2's making advance, not fully repaired there. We do have the MG42 suppressing the Sapper squad. He can't pursue the quad. The quad is superior in the 2-2 in one-on-one combat. Does get a good hit there as well. Needs another cannon whipper hit there. Does not find an angle. Force fires the ground. Does get the kill there. And if a cannon whipper does escape on out of there, 2-2 is severely wounded, needs repairs. Pack 40 deployed out by yellow as well. And the Brand carrier is also down. We do got an officer being pulled out by magenta. Jaeger Command Squad advancing. Panzer Fusiliers advancing as well. And it looks like the Jaeger Command Squad was trying to go for a rifle grenade, was unsuccessful. Going for a rifle grenade now onto the garrison, but does get interrupted there. Oh no, it was a smoke grenade. Gonna go for rolls and miss there on the AE half track. Rear echelon and C2. Impressive. They take a bit to kind of get vetted up without any weapons. I got a mass wave infantry advancing for Orange, trying to get some good damage on these forces. And Big Everford does roll a miss there as the Panzer Cruisers does find a point-blank shots there, but getting ripped apart by these forces, and they will get wiped out at the current rate. Kubelwagen does go down there. Paratroopers dropping on in. Panzer Fusiliers will actually not get wiped out. I thought they were going to get wiped out. Up north, we've got the Panzer Fusiliers engaging. S276 deployed on outfield. Very nice. More grenades into the garrison. Does hop back inside the Shum officer, trying to get some hits there onto his forces, but receives a flamer burst there. Severely wounded. Does fall back now. We got battle group HQs deployed up by both the OKW players, or just now being deployed up by this OKW player. Maybe a good idea to get out Sheer Panzer Corps help protect the flank as well.
Supply Hamtrak is in action. Standing by for setting up. The command vehicle has gone static. HQ operations now underway.
Shum Pioneers are behind some light cover. These Volksgrenadiers are seeing a bit of fire. Here, a rifle grenade, I believe. Yep, rifle grenade was fired somewhere. Or maybe now being fired. No, that's a rifle flare being thrown to spot this region. Shum Pioneers may get wiped out. They're native ground. They're being focused down, but looks like they still will keep their models alive.
Manufacturing capability has been increased.
Warning orders, man. Warning orders.
We got some paratroopers LMGs now. They have not fired a single shot just yet. Scions making their advance. This is very bunched up. I have a feeling this is going to be a stick grenade. Going for the G43 upgrades now. He has a lot of munitions there. This one may get wiped out. Shum Pioneers now being focused down as well. That negative cover is ripping apart. That squad still could potentially be wiped. Stick grenade throw. Gets the captain.
Looks like we're going in.
There's a major reporting for action.
Got a handful of shoe mines here, as well as the Pinos are seeing some grenadier fire. More forces. Orange has deployed out a lot of infantry forces. Now got the paratroopers and pathfinders in the mix. Though you probably want the paratroopers in front and the pathfinders back. A half-track does send some rounds into that 222, and the 222's rear armor is very vulnerable to all this automatic weapon fires, especially to the M1919s. More paratroopers being deployed out by Orange now. And right now, the Axis players need some artillery. Would be Stukas Boost or Panzerwerfer. 222's receiving lots of fire there. Does escape on out of there. And now the Panzerwerfer is just trying to fight from heavy cover there, but they will get ripped apart by sheer numbers. Oh, we have Cromwell deployed on the field. Yellow trying to push away the center. Does suppress the guards rifleman as the pack forward is making its advance. And the Cromwell does not find that shoe mine. Both the pack forwardy's extra models do go down there. Panzerfaust being fired from the officer, which will not snare the engine. Pack forwardy does get decrewed. Will be recrewed by the officer and does find the shoe mine there now. No, he's not being recruited by the officer. Smoke barrage raining on in. Good shots there on the Cromwell. Cromwell still has a bit of health. Kenneworth rolls and miss there. Just after relying force on the ground. Pack boys make advance, trying to get the kill there on the Cromwell. Pack boys lines up shot and gets one kill there. Not one kill, one shot. That Panzerfaust was not enough to make the difference between the kill, making it getting a kill. And now the Vickers being focused down by the anti-tank guns. He does throw a Incendiary Grenade on top of the decrewed HMG. Pack 40's will need to fall back. We do have a quarter tree point being employed out by Magenta as well. And Origin still hitting blue hard. At this point in time, I believe a Panzer II wouldn't be half bad for Scion.
Task carried out as ordered.
Because he's dealing with a half-track, a whole bunch of infantry. There's now an AT gun here, but Panzer II just seems like a right item for the job, but he does not have a he has gone for a mechanized HQ. He may be eyeing for a Puma, could be eyeing for a Stuxafus. Either would be a good option. Has a lot of fuel stored up. Pure Panzer Corps just to keep this area secure wouldn't be half bad either. A half-track pushes his way forward. Scion does have a Kenneworth here who's reversing in. Also at efficiency 3. At efficiency 3 gets the improved weapon accuracy. 2, he gets the actual man. 1 has the survivability. But now the officer being focused down gets efficiency 4 now. More survivability. The camera finds a hit there. Panzer Fusiliers have good spotting range with a G43 upgrade. And up north, we do have the Cromwell engaging these forces here. Another officer at efficiency 2 gets a good miss there. And Panzer 2 is pushing away, or 2-2 is pushing away forward, but the cannon warfare needs to fall back. Does get another hit there on the Cromwell, but it's unlikely he's going to get a wipe. He's already been decrewed before getting another shot off. And 18 gun does roll a miss there. Pack 40 is also exposed as well. Heavy Panzer Corps deployed on out. And now Volksgrenadiers coming in forward to help out south, trying to get this area secure. I think the Axis players are looking for some fuel. It may be a good idea for Blue to go for a Jagdpanzer at this point in time, rather than seeing for a Jag Tiger. Yellow has the Sturm doctrine selected, so could perhaps go from some left 18s, but getting out Stug right now wouldn't be half bad. He does have the heavy Panzer Corps, which I mentioned earlier. But going for a Panther wouldn't be half bad, but maybe a little bit too late for that.
Stuka available to drop smoke.
Rifle grenade was thrown on top of that intersection there. This one is currently pinned by the MG42. And these are some Soviet landmines on the region, which could be important.
Anvil tactics are being perfected. The enemy will get a nasty shock if they attack.
So the British actually gone for Anvil. Most people go for Hammer for Cromwells, or not Cromwells, Comets, but Hammer will, or Anvil will allow him access to more Churchills to support his Churchill. And this map is a bit laney as well, so maybe getting some 17 pounders later on wouldn't be half bad either. Yeah, I have to be worried about the left 18s and the Stuka dive bombs, however. Stun grenade thrown. Stun grenade will be successful. And some hits there. Ooh, and that's a big barrage there, which that 6-2 barrage does not get. Those on a stick bomb there, gets some good damage there, but maybe a squad wipe there.
Air support now available.
He does get a squad wipe.
Forward elements report and infantry unit.
Volksgrenadier here does get a Panzerfaust onto the Su-76, but we'll be able to capitalize on it. Volksgrenadiers here may get wiped out as well, just a blob of US infantry. Rifle grenade thrown. Does get one model there, and it looks like one of the Soviet players have gotten a Katusha. Looks like it's red. Oh yeah, that's the only Soviet player. MG42 gets wiped out.
Enemy has killed a machine gun crew.
And does throw a pyrotechnic there to bring in some artillery. One of the Panzer penal squads does get wiped out as Katusha Barrage finds a decent hit there. And these forces will get forced back. As Fusiliers need to fall back to it, but have to avoid the gauntlet of Katusha rockets. That may have been the last barrage, but stream back in a northern pattern rather than southern pattern, so it should be avoiding more rockets. Hopes that squad does fall back. Sturm officer is behind some heavy cover there, but won't stick around for too much longer with the Cromwell in the region. Oh, and the Su-76 finds a hit there on the infantry. Jaeger Command Squad will get overwhelmed by these penal squads. And so the Su-76 is getting some good barrages there on the MG42. Can be upgrading ambush camouflage, but needs reinforcements and healing. That's a 222 there, not a 251. Down south, we've got the Blues Panther pushing forward with Cyan's infantry. We do have Jackson here. Doesn't look like there's any sort of AT mine. And trying to crush a lot of Blue's infantry wipes out the Major there, as was good on those models as well. Thanks to those movement speed of the road. Get some rockets there onto the Jackson there. Also needs to fall back. Still a whole lot of infantry here. Cyan needs, well, more anti-infantry. Goes that stick bomb there, not successful. Looks like Blue or Cyan can now deploy Yag Tigers if he has Panzer authorization, which he does not. And Blue just now got enough command points there for his own Yag Tigers as well. Up here, Grenadiers getting forced back from the base artillery. Cyan or Blue's entities fall back as well. More Katyusha rockets raining on in Blue's forces, and these guys need to fall back. They're going to get wiped out. Those rockets are laying in short, getting some great hits in there. Next set of rockets, we'll get a wipe. More Obasassin deployed out by Blue, which is not going to be very useful versus those Katyushas. SU-76 eyeing for a barrage there. Gets a decent hit there onto the Sturm officer. He gets another hit there as well. He also pulled out Brumbar here. At this point in time, maybe a Panzer would be a little bit better. I do like Brumbars, but they may need a Panzer to help reach those support weapons. Blue is very low on fuel. They haven't, Axis players have not had any fuel points basically this entire game, so they've only been on scraps. They're running on fumes. We got Churchill Aviary here now. And the AA half track does say hello to Cyan's infantry. Going for a barrage, maybe trying to hit that AA half track. Oh no, finds a good hit there on the rear echelon. Kenworth finds a hit as well. Turning back the rear echelon is all he needs to do. The other guys can stay around. Churchill starts making its way forward. This is finding a good hit there as well. Brumbar finds a hit as well. And the Kenworth does throw some hits there on the AA half track. The Jackson is fully repaired. And it's just a lot of infantry here. We've got some bars deployed out even on the rear echelon. That could have been picked up on drop captain. No, that's 2 bars there. Oakland squad does need to fall back. They do. Could be a forced retreat on one of these squads as well, but there's just too much infantry here. Does throw a grenade there. Okay, grenade, nothing crazy. There's too much infantry here, and Cyan's not properly countering it. MG34 or 2 would it be useful for suppressing those forces? Lies can help provide some hits as well. Panther has prioritized fire and pooled fire turned on. Does get a shot there onto the Cromwell now. If Yellow can push it with his Brumbar down south, Cyan would be very, very appreciative of that. Nope. That aircraft went down. Rifle grenade fired. And Churchill Aviaries make his advance. Dino Battalion does get some hits there. We've got now Katyusha Barrage raining on in. Does get a hit there on one of the retreating Grenadiers. He will escape on out of there. And the Guards Rifles are having some issues with this Grenadier. They're quite wounded. They will need to fall back. The other British forces up here. We do have the fuel point being captured on up. And also this captured Pack 40 is camouflage right there, which could be very useful. AVRE is making his advance. Finds a hit there onto the AT guns when he's hit the infantry. Looks like actually these guys got hit by that. Officer and the Ops officer are making their advance. Looks like one of the squads may have went down. Looks like the Pathfinders. Which is a pretty nice little pick there. Scott's not making their way forward. Getting some good hits there with the Scots. And the AT gun does get the crude hands of Fusiliers almost gets wiped out. Kenworth first could try force firing. Ooh, they were so stacked up.
We've lost a squad of infantry.
And now the Jackson or the Scots are eyeing for a barrage onto these forces.
Enemy flanking us!
So we got a barrage right there. As Grenadiers are eyeing for a Panzerfaust onto the Churchill, but does not get enough damage on it to actually get the snare.
Send orders.
Magenta is now going for a Firefly. That will put him at pop cap. Red has bit of population room. Saving up for ISU 152. And Orange has plenty of population room as well. Going for a blitz there, trying to go for some crushes was unsuccessful. Does receive a 6-pounder shot there. He receives another 6-pounder shot. Artillery raining on it. It's incendiary mortar support. That would definitely put that building ablaze. Cromwell may get some shots there onto the Obsatsen down south. If you got the infantry forces making their way forward, does find a grenade there from the paratroopers. Yellow's in a bit of artillery war, firing a bunker bust barrage there. Decrews that Pack 40. AVRE firing off a shot there on the burn bar,
Firefly complete.
cancels it. Science infantry does get forced back. He may have lost a Panzerfusilier squad right here. And this squad wouldn't fall back as well. Maybe it was the Obsatsen squad. Grenadiers falling back. They should be able to keep on there, seeing the guards riflemen were suppressed. Or are. And we got the Storm Officer now receiving some fire. We got the Rumbar advancing. And he did retreat back, so he did actually save that squad there. Storm Officer receiving some fire. We got the Churchill AVREs advancing, trying to fire a shot onto the Panther. And this Storm Officer has picked up a bar there. So with his officer MP44 and the bar should be able to good fighting squad at any range. He force find the ground somewhere?
Ready to deploy!
That's a shoe mine deployed by him. And looks like the ISU did receive a stun shot there from the Pack 40. Of course, we'll go ahead and receive a retaliation shot there. Should actually gets the kill. And we've got the bunker buster barrage running on in onto the Sturmpanzer. He's some good hits there. And the MG42 does go down. Panther trying to engage these forces here. Got a grenade being thrown as well. The Cromwell sees a bit of fire there, and AVR she does find the Shoe Pioneers. Over here, Panther's pushing way forward, trying to get some hits there. Sees a hit there by the SU-76. ISU may go down there. Pack 40 shot may get a hit there. Got button there onto the Panther. As was the Kenworth shot there, the Panther will likely go down there. May get a kill there on the SU-76, but the SU-76 does claim the kill there as the SU-76 goes down to the Pack 40.
Enemy has destroyed a Panzer.
Not good for the Axis players. They're very low on tickets. And now we've got a Scott barrage raining on in, getting some good hits there. Ooh, good hits. Grenadiers are falling on the back. We got the Tiger deployed on the field, so a good amount of anti-vehicle deployed out by Blue with his Panther and Tiger. The burn bar needs to get down south and support out his teammate as his 222 does go down. Another incendiary mortar barrage into this region from the Brit. The Canary will be spotted by the officer there. And the Tiger finds a hit there onto the Churchill AVRE. Burn bar finds some hits there, but it does receive hits in return. Now we've got the Tiger as well for Cyan, so a lot of heavy vehicles, but he does not need it. I suppose against Jackson he does need anti-vehicle there, but he needs anti-infantry. He needs some work from him to get a decent hit onto the infantry. But right now he hasn't gotten any good hits. That is the US player asking for the flares. Using those flares is a good idea to support his Tiger. Frodosynthesis will get overwhelmed there. We may see a high explosive barrage on those forces. Super barrage raining on him somewhere. Completely misses.
Two steppers down to 100 points.
Axis players have triple capture against them. They have less than 100 tickets. The allies have 399, just a little less than 400. Axis barrage raining on in as well. And now we've got the T-54 76 to try and engage. Does get receive some good hits there. Going for a ram. Does get the ram there. Doesn't get an engine snare. Now we've got all the British armor advancing. Cromwell going down the road. AVRE trying to go for a stun shot there. He does get a stun shot there, but also onto his Cromwell. Firefly fires point tubes there. There goes the Tiger. And stun shot there onto the AVRE. And there goes the Panther. This is probably the end of the game for the Axis players. Losing that much armor. Down south, they haven't been claimed that armor is replaceable. And that's the end of the game. This is Arbiter900. Thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.